Okay, let's dive into this, because software development is literally undergoing this massive, paradigm-shifting transformation right before our eyes. We're not just writing code anymore, right? We're actively collaborating with artificial intelligence. So today in this explainer, we're looking at two absolute heavyweights leading this revolution: Claude Code from Anthropic and GitHub Copilot from GitHub and Microsoft. And listen, this isn't just a shiny new update to your favorite text editor. No, this is a fundamental change in how software is actually built, managed, and shipped.
Think about it. Just a few years ago, AI in programming was basically just highly advanced autocomplete. You'd start typing a function and the AI would maybe guess the rest of the line. But predicting lines? That is the past. Planning tasks is the future. Today's AI coding tools have rapidly evolved into these incredibly smart systems that can actually understand entire code repositories, plan out really complex multi-step tasks, modify multiple files at once, and even run tests completely on their own. So we've moved from a tool that just finishes your sentence to a system that essentially helps you write the entire book.
Now, the big defining term you're going to hear a lot here is agentic coding. And if you're new to this concept, just think of it this way. The old AI, it was kind of like a helpful typist. But an agentic AI workflow is like having a dedicated research and writing partner. This is a partner that can outline the essay, find the sources, draft the chapters, and proofread the final copy. An agent can independently navigate your project, plan out a sequence of changes, run terminal commands, and actually test what it just built. It is an absolutely massive leap in autonomy.
Section 1. The ideological split. Agent versus ecosystem. As these tools have evolved, they've actually taken two very distinct paths, and it really presents a clash of differing development philosophies. And this brilliantly illustrates the biggest difference between our two contenders. On one side, we have Claude Code, which is heavily centered around the AI agent itself and the direct execution of a specific development task. Its goal is basically to be the ultimate implementation partner, focused entirely on just doing the work. But on the other side, we have GitHub Copilot, which takes a totally different approach. It's deeply integrated into a much broader development platform. So instead of just focusing on the code being written, Copilot is woven into the entire lifecycle of how software is managed, reviewed, and collaborated on.
Section 2. Claude Code, the agent. Let's start by isolating our first contender here. Claude Code is Anthropic's big answer to agentic development. Now, it actually began with very strong roots in the terminal, really designed for developers who just live and breathe the command line. But recently, they've expanded it to include a native experience right inside VS Code, which is huge. The core philosophy here is that Claude acts as this highly capable, standalone AI development partner, rather than just a simple code generator. When you hand off a large task to it, you're initiating a truly iterative workflow. First, it seeks to deeply understand your request. Then, it actively explores your repository and plans the changes. From there, it modifies the code, runs commands to test that implementation, reviews the results, and then just continues iterating if it hits any errors. You aren't micromanaging every single keystroke anymore. You're delegating a goal and watching the agent autonomously work through the problem. That tangible autonomy, that's exactly what makes Claude so incredibly powerful.
Section 3. GitHub Copilot, the ecosystem platform.
On the other side of the ring, we have GitHub Copilot. And instead of positioning itself solely as this independent, standalone agent, Copilot is designed as a comprehensive AI layer that just stretches across your entire developer workflow. It's a total ecosystem play, meant to supercharge the environment and the platform your team is probably already using. Just look at the sheer breadth of the integration here. Copilot is available natively in VS Code, Visual Studio, JetBrains, Xcode, NeoVim, Eclipse, Zed. It's everywhere. But it doesn't stop at the editor. Because it's backed by GitHub, it integrates seamlessly into your pull request workflows, your code reviews, and issue tracking. It even utilizes these cloud agents that can go off, research a task, plan the work, and create a PR for your review, basically leaving you free to finally go grab that coffee without tying up your local machine. If your team is already managing projects on GitHub, this deep ecosystem integration is just a massive advantage.
Now, even though Copilot has introduced these powerful new agent modes and cloud agents, we absolutely cannot forget its roots. When you type something like function calculate total, Copilot is right there, instantly predicting what comes next based on all your surrounding context. This lightning-fast inline code completion remains a core strength of Copilot across all those different environments we just talked about. It's that snappy, immediate, line-by-line assistance that literally millions of developers rely on every single day.
Section 4. Comparing the workflows. So, the crucial point is, how do these actually stack up against each other in practice?
To really compare these workflows, we have to look at how these tools interact with the outside world, beyond just generating text. And this highlights a really vital shared feature, MCP, or the Model Context Protocol. Both of these ecosystems are rapidly moving toward robust tool connectivity using this exact standard. What MCP does is allow these AI systems to securely connect to external tools. Think local databases, third-party APIs, your internal company documentation, specialized testing tools, the whole shebang. This is absolutely critical because the future of coding agents isn't just generating code in a vacuum. It's about interacting with real project management systems and cloud services to execute the complete software engineering lifecycle.
Okay, let's talk practically about access and cost, because that's always important. Now, pricing in this space changes pretty frequently, but as of the publication of this explainer, the structures look a bit like this. GitHub Copilot offers tiers ranging from a completely free $0 tier all the way up to Pro at $10 a month, Pro Plus at $39 a month, and a Max tier at $100 a month, alongside their big business and enterprise offerings. And Copilot also utilizes a system of AI credits for certain premium interactions. Claude Code, on the other hand, operates either through direct Anthropic subscriptions like Claude Pro or Claude Max, or you can access it via an API usage model, where you basically just pay dynamically based on exactly what you consume.
Section 5. Choosing your AI partner.
So this brings us to the ultimate question. Which tool is the winner? Well, spoiler alert, there is no universal absolute winner here. It entirely depends on your specific workflow, your project's existing ecosystem, and of course, your experience level. First up, which tool is better for a beginner or someone completely new to AI-assisted coding? Generally speaking, GitHub Copilot is definitely the easier starting point because it integrates directly inside familiar IDEs and provides immediate, inline code suggestions right as you type. It offers a much gentler learning curve. It guides you line by line so you can learn the syntax and structure while still getting that immediate helpful feedback. But what if we flip it and ask which tool is better for power users and massive enterprise-scale code bases? Well, the truth is, both of these tools are highly equipped to handle huge projects. They can manage massive context windows and really complex repository structures. The deciding factor really just comes down to how the power user prefers to operate. If you want an agent that's going to deeply explore a complex repo structure and autonomously execute a multi-step coding task from the ground up, Claude Code is going to be highly attractive. But if you prefer utilizing cloud agents that can run in the background, or if you rely heavily on the CLI and GitHub workflows, advanced Copilot users have a massively capable toolkit at their disposal too. To sort of summarize the decision here, if you're a terminal-heavy developer who wants a deep, focused partner for complex, multi-step implementation, Claude Code's terminal-first origins make it incredibly appealing, for sure. But if you are a GitHub native, meaning your whole day revolves around GitHub repos, pull requests, actions, and code reviews, Copilot is completely unmatched as a broader, collaborative development platform. And you know what's interesting? Modern developers don't necessarily have to choose just one anymore. GitHub's platform actually supports third-party coding agents now, including Claude, which shows that these previously separate ecosystems are really beginning to converge. Section 6. The future of software engineering. Let's move to and see how this builds into what's coming next.
Because we are rapidly, and I mean rapidly, moving from autocomplete to chat to fully autonomous agents. The tools of tomorrow won't just write code. They're going to understand entire repositories, run automated tests, review their own work, create pull requests, and operate independently for much longer periods without any human intervention. And this evolution brings a seriously disruptive new competitor into the race, Meta Muse Code, which actually launched in beta in August 2026. Powered by their new Muse Spark 1.2 model, Muse Code is designed explicitly for long, complex software engineering tasks. What's super fascinating about Muse Code is its architecture. It uses these parallel subagents to tackle different parts of a problem simultaneously, and it features persistent activity logs so it can resume work perfectly, even after a major interruption. So yeah, the competition is expanding rapidly, well beyond just Claude and Copilot.
Which leaves us with a massive, somewhat provocative question for the future of our industry. As Claude Code, GitHub Copilot, and now Meta's Muse Code fiercely compete on intelligence, speed, and autonomy, what actually happens when developers completely stop writing code and instead spend their days managing fleets of specialized AI agents? I mean, the fundamental definition of a software engineer is literally shifting before our eyes. And why this matters right now? Because mastering these workflows today is exactly how you stay relevant tomorrow. We'll be diving deep into Meta's Muse Code in an upcoming explainer, so you definitely won't want to miss that. Keep exploring, keep learning, and I'll see you next time.